Hey, hope everyone got their money's worth out of that one. That was another rivalry game for the for the books. I mean, what would you expect different in this game? It's just been so many times, so many different storylines, but the constant is usually a great game, and so couldn't be more proud of our guys, and our coaches were hanging in there. It didn't look good at halftime. You know, we got thoroughly outplayed in the first half, and came out in that second half and really with a lot of purpose, a lot of desire, a lot of determination, and obviously 35 second half points was enough to get it done. Credit Kalani and his guys. He had them ready. They played exceptionally well. They're a good football team, and and gave us everything that we could possibly handle, and we're fortunate to come out with a win. Jason Shelley, another game where just his third start, ton of poise, ton of confidence. He's just such a just a cool customer. I mean, he's nothing bothers him. He's no situation, no stage is too big, no. So he just keeps his calm and does a great job. Defense rose up there in the second half, did a nice job, just allowed the one score. What's that, Jamie? Oh, okay. Anyway, I've rambled enough. What questions do you have?
What was the message at halftime?
The message at halftime was you're going to be, willing to get pushed around again in the second half like that, and kind of sleepwalk through the whole thing. Or are you going to, start playing and play like we're capable of, and get back in this thing? So that was the short version, short and less colorful version.
Was Jillian's pick six, was that really the turning point that kind of?
Well, I thought it was going to be, and then we stalled a little bit again. So and went back down by 20, and so, but that certainly contributed to the win. But we didn't really capitalize on that as much as I wish we would have. But it did get us a little spark.
Where did the ultimate spark come from, you feel like?
I just think it was kind of a collective thing between the O and the D, special teams. Everything started coming together. It got momentum, and all three phases started playing better.
You've got Washington for the Pac-12 title in 6 days. Do you think the team might have been looking ahead a little bit to that?
I hope not. If they were, then that's my fault. I didn't sense that in practice or in the preparation. I don't, the rivalry game, I don't know who would look ahead, past that. I mean, it's such an intense game, and particularly the upperclassmen. So I don't think so, but I guess you never know.
These games have always been emotional, but what does it say about Jason Shelley to kind of just weather that storm and get through it?
Yeah, like I said, he's unflappable. I mean, nothing seems to bother him, and he has a short memory and just keeps making plays. Not that he did anything really bad, but and they played good defense. They had a good scheme, good plan, and kept things in front of them. We missed on some shots that we took up the field, but and we couldn't get anything really consistently going in the run game like we typically do.
Why was that?
Well, they got a stout front seven, particularly those three inside guys. They play that odd front with the nose guard and the two four eyes. And it's tough sledding inside. They do a good job of pushing things outside, and we never got much movement on those guys. Big physical guys in there.
This is the second time in 3 weeks that you've been able to rally in the fourth quarter and get a go-ahead touchdown late. What does it say about the resiliency of this team compared to past teams that you've been able to be successful in those type situations?
Well, it says a ton about these guys, and just all year long. Like you mentioned, it was a couple weeks in a row now, or 2 of the last 3 weeks, but just the entire year, they've done a great job of handling adversity. Obviously we dropped some ball games, and we didn't handle it exactly like we should all the time, but for the most part, I don't know if I can remember a team that has done a better job of handling just slow starts and things that didn't go their way, and just continue to fight through it. And it's a credit to our seniors. I've said that all season long, but those seniors are and they were very vocal at halftime as well. Those seniors, and making sure that they sent their message.
Special team struggled again today. What's going on there?
Well, the punt game, we didn't struggle except for the one kick. We had the one shank kick. You know, Mitch still averaged over 40 yards a kick. I think we netted over 40. We didn't give up one punt return yard. Punt return for us, the guy did a nice job of keeping the ball away from Covey or putting some hang time. We only had a couple opportunities to get something going and didn't get a lot going, 10 or 15 yards total. Kickoff game is just almost non-existent now with the new rule. They did have a couple of returns. We had one, I believe. So, and then Matt Gay. The disappointing thing was the blocked field goal, and I got to watch that. And I don't know if it was a protection breakdown, or if the ball was flighted too low, or what. But that was disappointing to see us get that thing blocked.
So I assume it's a 12-hour celebration with what's ahead Friday?
Well, I might be in the office in about an hour, so we'll see. But we got to get on these guys right away. It's a short turnaround. They've got a day advantage on us. They knew after their game last night who they were playing, so they spent all day today, I'm sure, preparing. So we've got to play catch up in that regard. But we'll be all right. We'll get caught up.
What did you see from TJ Green?
TJ Green, yeah, he's really starting to become a Pac-12 back. I mean, I think he might be jumping over people a little bit too much. I'd like to see him, maybe a little more judicious when he decides to go airborne. But he did. But he's, we're starting to see. It's kind of like what happened to Max Tupai. When we started to see a flicker, and then all of a sudden he just became a force for us. And TJ's not there yet, but he's starting to flicker and starting to do some good things. And he's just a redshirt freshman, so he's got great speed. That's his main attribute, is his speed to the edge. And so he's when Moss went down, his workload went way up.
Speaking of jumping over people, what did you think of Jason Shelley's hurdle?
Yeah, I didn't just get a good look at that because it was on the other side, but looked pretty spectacular from where I was. And then that last play, I don't even know if he was planning on keeping that, to be honest with you. I got to go watch the film. I haven't talked to him yet, but I was fooled. I thought he had given it. Then he was just kind of standing there, and all of a sudden he takes off. And that was a heck of a run, to avoid that last defender. And although in that situation, you guys that are really aficionados knew that, when you're ahead by one, you take a knee on the 1 yard line and just try to snap it out. But they did have 3 timeouts left, so that's not exactly cut and dried. But that's the only time where you don't want to score is if you're up 1, in that situation. But with the 3 timeouts, and as it turned out, I think he did the right thing. 3 timeouts for them.
First half, you had some trouble with containing their quarterback in the pass rush, getting home. In the second half, finally got some sacks, some pressure.
Yeah, he still broke contain quite a bit in the second half too. He's an athletic guy, and he's tough to keep caged in there. But you're right, in the first half he got out much more often, but still in the second half he made some big escapes, and I think we ended up getting him 2 or 3 times. But he's a good athlete. He's got a strong arm, and he moves well.
Zach Wilson obviously had a great game for BYU. I mean, what made him so difficult to contain?
Well, he's athletic. Like I said, he's got some size to him. He's 6'2", and looks like he's about a couple 100 pounds, and he's got good pocket presence. For a freshman, does a really nice job of keeping his eyes downfield, and then when he does have to escape a rush, he's got that ability too. He's got great awareness, and that's tough. You got those 4 D linemen, and there's a lot of space there, and it's not easy to keep those guys contained.
A lot of Francis Bernard tonight. Was that on purpose to get him on the field for this game specifically, or because of the scheme?
Personnel groupings. Yeah, he was a starter on a 43 package. They played a lot of 12 personnel, which is too tight stuff, and so every time that they were in that, almost every time we matched up with 4-3 personnel, which includes Francis. Yeah.
Anything else?
You got nothing, Patrick? Okay, thank you, Patrick. I'm waiting for that all year. Yeah. Okay.